All right, hello everyone. This is Jynnette the Oracle. Welcome to the April messages, April spiritual guidance. This is going to be for the sign of Cancer. If you have a Cancer rising sign, sun sign, moon sign, or north node, this is going to be relevant for you. And if you really know how to hack your natal chart, you can also look at this a little bit for messages for that particular house in your chart. But really, rising sign, sun sign, moon, and north node for most clear direct messages. The format is going to be a little different because if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm always shifting and growing and changing and evolving. So happy spring equinox, right? New season, new me, new energy. So I'm still using the Brautele or Brautelege deck. I don't know how it's pronounced, the Oracle deck, to get the anchoring energies for each of the 12 signs. And I am using specifically a subset of the full deck to specifically tune into some higher consciousness energies and perspectives that and the cards are relating to energies that I associate with the major arcana as well as planetary energies, etc. Okay, so a very specific kind of bandwidth that I'm tuning into for that. Then I'm also going to use an additional deck to pull cards for guidance for the month, and I'm going to do two types of interpretation. So one is going to be focused more on the practical matters of our human life, so career and work, obviously, finances, relationships, and then I'm going to switch to spiritual messages for your process of healing, ascension work, whatever it is that you're involved with in your development. Okay, so hopefully you guys will like the new format. I've been loving it so far. The energy has been really great, really grounded. And there's more that has been coming through, so I like it. Quick announcements. Obviously, first, if you're not already signed up for my newsletter, please sign up on my website, innersinalchemy.com. I recently changed the format of the weekly newsletters and have been pouring forth a lot more information, like so much more is coming through. So you don't want to miss those, of course. Also, open enrollment for my Lightworker Academy. The second semester is going to be April 1st through June 15th. So if you are interested, you can definitely check out the course details on my website. That will actually be going up on April 1st. And depending on when you watch this, because I'm recording it before April 1st. But yeah, you'll have until June 15th, and then a new semester starts on right at the beginning of July, because that's when the next new moon solar eclipse is going to be happening, and that's actually going to be happening in your sign, Cancer. Right? Look at you. And let me see, actually, real quick, if I have it written down here, the degrees. So it's going to be 10 degrees Cancer, that eclipse. So check your chart to see where that's actually going to be showing up. Because if you're Cancer rising, depending on the degree that your ascendant or your first house starts with, it could be your 12th house or it could be your first house. So it really will depend. Anything else? I think that's it for now. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Please like the video, comment, share, all those good things. Okay. Now, let's start first with the Oracle card. So we have this card, number 12, the Offering. This I associate with the Hanged Man energy. And it's interesting, some of that energy actually came up in Gemini. So depending on your chart, If Gemini resonates with you or for you, it might be good to go and check the Gemini reading. But of course, as human beings, we never really like to sit in the hangman energy because it puts things on pause. It's a holding pattern. It's a resting pattern. It's a not yet energy, right? But the thing about that is when things are still or when they're quiet, that's actually when a lot is going on underneath the surface that we're not aware of, that is happening via the universe or via our soul. There are a lot of things being worked out on our behalf. This energy of the hangman, for me, very much is about divine grace and divine mercy and about giving it up to God. What I love about this card, though, is it is offering. So not only is it an opportunity for you to offer yourself in communion with the divine, with that which is bigger than you, but also to receive the offering of grace to you for the lifting of any burdens that you are carrying, for the experience of the miraculous to be your very lived moment-to-moment, day-to-day experience. So with all that said, even though that's the case, you are a cardinal sign in a cardinal season. This is Aries season, and it's fire, it's first fire. And you may really want it to be going forward quickly and just like, all the things, but right now it's a hold. It's a still rest. It's a do what needs to be done. Pay attention to the things that are coming up. Handle those. But it's still like the I'm getting the visual of like being at a track meet, right? The gun hasn't gone off yet, but you're prepped and you're primed and you're ready. Okay, like a cat ready to pounce. But things are still happening, they're still shifting, but the full like kind of catapult forward is not there, but I think you can sense it. It's coming. So there's still some kind of reorientation or shifting that is happening right now that's going to be important for setting up for success when the energy shifts, because the hangman doesn't stay there forever. It is going to shift. And the card right after that is death, is transformation. But regardless, whether it's a release of something or the up-leveling to something else, you don't stay in a holding pattern forever, okay? And just because if you are in a situation where one or all aspects of your life are not moving forward, it's on purpose and it is for your good. So say thank you, even if it's bittersweet. Even if it's bittersweet. Ooh, there's going to be some tea, Cancer. I can see it already. Let me finish getting these cards out. Let me finish getting these cards out. If you haven't already watched your March forecast, definitely go and do so. That's coming through. There may be things in that would be good for you to go back and reflect on. The March forecast, of course, is coinciding with the Mercury retrograde and the spring equinox. There might have also been some really important messages that came through for the Oracle talks that was specifically for the spring equinox. And if you haven't watched that, definitely go and watch that, because that was a powerful message. And I did multiple channeled messages from that. Very interesting energy, Cancer. It's good. There's nothing bad about what's going on, but you literally are not in control. Okay, you need to know this. You are not in control. The divine has its hands on the wheel. And this is something that you're having to come into greater awareness about, because you're the one, ultimately, whether you know it or not, teaching everyone what being in divine flow actually looks like, because you represent the individual soul sovereignty, the Chariot card, right? And moving, taking action in alignment with that divine will. But let me not get too esoteric first, because we're going to start with the human, with the practical, with the mundane, and then we'll go to the spirit. So first, work. Work. So there's been a lot of ideas that have been coming through for you, a lot of insight. Maybe you've been doing a lot of speaking, writing, teaching, etc., presenting, whatever it is. There's been a lot of mental activity, which is good. I actually don't think that that's been a problem. You've been very clear, very decisive, very cardinal, which is excellent, especially if we're talking about the first quarter of the year. And we began with a new moon solar eclipse and a cardinal sign. This is great energy to be coming into for this month, because you have clarity, you have perception, you have right seeing, and you have a higher perspective, which is in place. So that's really, really good. And you are clear about your long-term visions and goals, and you're at a place right now where opportunities are coming to you. It looks like at least one major one in particular. Major one meaning it's going to be relative to your scale, right? Wherever you're at. But there's at least one offer or door opening for prosperity that is available as it relates to work. So this could be a promotion, this could be a pay raise, this could be starting on a new project, working with a new team that's more emotionally fulfilling, or more that shows off more of what you can bring, what you bring to the table already. If you work for yourself, additional financial opportunities there. But it's new energy. So it's something that you haven't actually done before. Okay. It's not anything you've actually done before or had offered to you before up to this point. So take it, be discerning about it. And know that it's being offered. Things that come up, opportunities that come up, match where you are in the spirit. Okay? What you've already built up there. So don't, I'm not picking this up, but I'm just in case. Don't second guess if you're worthy for it, okay? Because it wouldn't be showing up if that hadn't already been prepared for you, okay? So negotiate accordingly, stay in your power. But whatever it is, especially if it might be potentially something that is more collaborative, bring what is uniquely you to the table. It's not about you conforming. which Cancer can do. It's about you specifically bringing your message, your unique offering, whatever it is, to the table, whether, again, in a work context or if you work for yourself. And just stay in your power, and I think you'll be fine with that. And this is something that is in alignment with the next stage of your career development, okay? You're going to put in the work. Things have, the wheels of fortune literally have turned. Like this actually probably would have been something that either popped up with the spring equinox, literally, or you may have already started to feel the shift and the change in abundance and prosperity from that point. So it might have already come in at the end of March, possibly. But I think it's just an overall energy of prosperity. But I don't think anybody, in terms of work or career, again, whether you work for a corporation or you work for yourself, I don't think anyone is going to pass this month without at least one thing come through that you haven't had before. Because this is new, truly new energy. It's part of the new cycle, part of the new path. It's not old stuff. And it doesn't even have to be big, but it's an indication of where and how you've shifted, okay? And that's important for you to see and to know. And this is going to help you as it relates to your goals for achievement, whatever that looks like in terms of work. And you have, I think this is going to be a long video, so hold tight, guys. You have the understanding now about the cycles of growth to understand that at this stage in your cycle, things are working in your, things are always working in your favor, but it's purposefully an energy of growth and expansion. It's a yang part of the energy of the cycle. You know, yang is the outward expression and things growing and developing. Yin is the coming in and the cultivation, formation energy. But this is a shift into the yang phase, okay? And it's a long time coming, like literally since autumn equinox last fall. September, October, okay? So ride the wave, because this 6 months that we're coming up on, and this is part of what came through in the spring equinox message, but the 6 months that we're coming up on is giving you the opportunity to ride the wave of the deep deposits that you built up in the spirit, as well as with your physical work. And so it's yours and it's owed to you. So again, that message about, not second guessing it, if you're worth it or if it's for you, it's for you. It's the return on what was already put into place recently. Okay, so take it. Be smart about how you take it, but take it. It's not don't get headstrong. Don't do the ultimatum shit. But you're good, okay? So that's career. It's good energy. Really good energy. And your money's fine, so don't worry about it. Your money's fine. Oh, there's a message here. Well, since we're shifting into money now. So that was work. So with money, your money is fine. The newer energy that is coming in now, this change in the tide, as it relates to your financial prosperity and abundance, is going to help you shift from and make decisions and take action on things that move you from a place of financial independence to financial freedom, or, and that's, that's the pinnacle, or maybe you're in the process of using whatever is coming in to get to a place first of financial independence, but whatever that next shift is for you. Okay. And that's for that. Because I think the work, career, entrepreneur stuff, whatever that is for you, is very closely tied to this money. So I think that's why that first message was so long. Now, relationships. There is a lot of love energy here, but a lot of energy that relates to, well, let me tap in, because there's a lot of major arcana that showed up. So recently you've had to become the Queen of Swords, or operate as the Queen of Swords, meaning being really clear and more operating from a place of the mind and intellect versus emotions. Whether you want it to or not. Okay, because I know some Cancers don't really enjoy being in their emotions, some don't mind it. Maybe this Pisces season was not fun, so you might be actually glad that this has been the dominant energy for you. But whatever it is, that's how you have been operating, seeing things much more clearly, still, open-hearted, right? But holding boundaries and being really clear about what you want. And this could come in two ways. So one, for some of you, there is a message that while, yes, that was necessary to very much live in your head and operate from your head for whatever you might have been dealing with, it's now time to drop back down into the heart space and open up your heart. Okay? And that doesn't negate you holding your standard and making choices about love or in love context that maintain your standard for what you are looking for as it relates to your long-term desires and dreams. Okay? So that's on one side of thing. And you might actually not be connected to anyone. Okay, so for those of you who are not actually already in a committed partnership, or you just have interest in someone but it hasn't really moved forward, this is probably going to be most likely for you, that this is the time to get back into the loving energy that you have, that you emanate, your heart energy, and keep that open and not to be closed off. If you've had to close off, right? Get back into your softness. Because the thing about that is it's important for you to come back to a place, if you shifted out of that recently, where you show up as you show up, regardless of what's happening externally. Okay, nothing externally, ideally, this is always the goal to go for, but nothing externally should be shifting how and why you love. Because you just are an embodiment of love. You're literally the embodiment of heart. Okay? Now, for others of you who may also, again, be single or in a relationship, I'm not, there's actually not any other court card energy out here besides the Queen of Swords in the recent past. That's just been a way of operating. This is all this month about you and your internal world and how you show up in the world. This has nothing to do with the other person, whether there's another person or not. Now, there is a shift in the opportunity for love if you are looking for it, or maybe an offer potentially coming in. But this is a new love cycle that you're entering in, and it is positive. Okay, things are going to be moving forward, especially over this next couple of months. Your thing is to not vacillate too much, okay? And that's always a struggle with any of the signs that have dual aspects to nature. So, all the air signs, and then Virgo, Pisces, and then you, Cancer, right? Because there's that polarity already built in. But hopefully now you have come to a place of greater wisdom of understanding, okay, the ebb and the flow of attraction, coming together, but also needing to separate for independence, and coming together, and that ebb and flow, and not losing sense of self in that process, or also not taking things personally, which may or may not actually have to deal with you. Because if something actually, this is an important message, if something actually has to do with you as it relates to another person, they're going to tell you about it. Okay? So you just keep doing you and stay balanced. And the universe is asking you to use your power, your soul power, to stay connected and put a lot more of your energy into dreaming of what you do want. Okay, because you rule the waters, you rule the quantum realm. So you actually can manifest and literally magnetize to you what you want in a much more powerful way, because you have that boost here with Aries. So it's amplifying your natural manifestation abilities. But manifest from the place of your highest good, regardless of who the person is that shows up. Okay. All right. So lastly, for spirit messages, as it relates to your spiritual growth or process, you are in a place of renewal right now on a soul level. Okay. Your mind has been recalibrated to this next level that you are embarking upon in this next stage of life of growth. Okay. And it's now really time to start taking charge as choices arise. Like, you don't have to step outside of that and create stuff. But I think for right now, the things that you know you need to do, or the things that do need to be addressed, making sure that the choices that you make are in alignment with your highest trajectory. Because you know how to work hard, but part of this is just working with the cycles, which is part of what you rule. You're ruled by the moon. There's been a lot of healing that's been going on for you, Cancer. So I'm really getting that this is this month is just so focused on you, which, Aries is I am, but I think as much as it's an externally oriented energy for many folks, I think for a lot of you, this is still going to be a little close to home, which, again, that's probably why the Hangman energy came up. There's still a lot of integration that's happening, and the gun will go off for the race soon for you to really shine. It's coming. It is coming. But I think this is still percolating a little bit. This is still percolating. Okay, so those are your messages. I hope you enjoyed. So far, you have the longest reading. but I'm sure you don't mind. Once again, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And if you'd like to book a session, go to my website, andersonalchemy.com. Have an amazing month, Cancer.